Hey everybody, it's Ace. All action no. Fuck. Oh my god,
dude, it's
Restart again. Hey guys, welcome back to Ace, aka Action Comics and Entertainment.
Fuck. Yeah,
we're here with a review for Suicide Squad. So first, we're gonna start off with our initial review, which was last night when we actually saw the film. So we're gonna show you that. That's our fresh off the movie reviews, and then we'll come back and give you our lengthy reviews in depth.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine. All right, so what's up, guys? So we just got out of Suicide Squad. Just finished watching it, and we're just here to give you our initial, just fresh
out the movie.
thoughts.
Right.
And then we'll continue with the more thought out, formal review of it, and then formal LOL. Yeah. Okay, so you guys can start if you want.
Yeah. All right. So it was a great movie for me. I really enjoyed all of the characters. I feel like they misused a few, but that's okay because it's just the first movie. So, I mean, we don't know what the universe is holding for these characters in the future. But I really enjoyed the movie, and I realized that again this movie was like Batman vs Superman, where Warner Brothers decided to cut things out to make it more family friendly, which I think was a mistake because they did that with Batman vs Superman, and it turned out that the Ultimate Edition was better. So I think that it was good, and it was better than I expected, but it's not as good as it could have been. So I hope that the extended edition will definitely change my opinion.
What's it? I thought it was good. I thought it was okay. Nothing really blew my mind, or nothing in the whole movie really was like, oh my god. Like, you know how, like, with other movies, like, especially big movies like this, there's like that one scene or one couple of scenes where it's like, oh shit, that actually happened. Oh my god, like, this is crazy. Like, I didn't get that at all, like, through this movie. But it wasn't like unbearable. It's a good movie. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. It's fine.
Yeah, there wasn't like a moment where the whole crowd was like, whoa, yeah, they all all clapping. Like there were so many of those in like Civil War
And Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, and BVS too. Yeah,
There was.
Yeah.
When Flash appeared.
Wonder Woman, Flash.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them, I think. I really enjoyed it, actually. I didn't think that it deserved what it has on Rotten Tomatoes, like 33%, 31%.
Yeah, something like that. It's about 36.
27, something really low.
20? Something.
Ridiculously low. I don't think that's fair at all.
Yeah, that's really not fair.
I think that all the characters or most of the characters were really good, really interesting, funny. Had a lot of dark sides to them too. Actually, they actually brought out their dark sides pretty well, I think.
I like
the characters.
I'll talk about it. Actually, I'll just say it now, then I'll remember to say it more. But I really like the scene when in the bar when they're talking about
in the bar, right? Dude, that was a good scene.
They're talking about just shit. I'll elaborate more about that. Whatever.
Yeah, but overall, I think it was a good movie. It was a fun movie too.
It was fun.
I had a lot of fun watching it.
That was good because
I laughed a lot.
There's a lot of comedy, Superman, like subtle
with
comedy.
Batman vs Superman, I found myself not really having that much. But I actually had fun with this movie. I didn't really have that much fun with Batman vs Superman.
It was a good movie. I think that we all kind of have the same opinion on the cuts made on it, because there was a version that came out earlier in the summer that was screened for like very certain people, and they all thought it was like really good, and they all loved it, and it was fun. And then this one critic actually saw it back then, loved it, and then saw it again and like tweeted out, was like he said like, it's crazy what small changes can do to a movie.
Right.
I still liked it though,
Right.
So he basically said that like there were changes made to the movie that made it not as good. But overall, I had fun watching it. There are definitely some flaws in it, but I think that everyone is kind of giving it a little bit more crap than it deserves.
Oh yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just our initial thoughts. Anybody else got anything to say?
No, that's it. Thanks for listening. We'll elaborate more after this.
All right.
We'll see you guys
in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And back to the table.
All right, so now that we're back, here's our
I just remember not supposed to get coffee. I was whatever.
Oh well. Our more fleshed out, thought out, formal review. Formal.
Didn't really think about, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I thought about it a little bit.
but we slept on it.
We slept on it.
Yeah, sleep on it. All right. So who wants to go first?
Michael started off.
Okay. First things first. Rotten Tomatoes, I think, is really getting ahead of themselves or falling behind. I don't know what their deal is, but they're just shitting on DC movies that don't deserve to be shit on as much as they are.
Right.
Yeah.
For example, BVS. Granted, it wasn't that like the theatrical release wasn't the best movie. Like
Definitely not.
the Ultimate Edition was like a lot better, but the theatrical release was iffy. And I understand criticism, but like as low as it got, I think is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
Same with this. It's ridiculous. Like I had a lot of fun with the movie. I had a lot of fun watching it. The characters were great, hilarious. Harley Quinn did really. Mark Robbie as Harley Quinn was amazing.
Also, you're in love with her though, so
I am. It's true.
there's a lot of bias right there.
I feel like everybody's in love with her, to be honest.
She's cute. I think she's really hot, but I'm
Look at
not
her.
like, oh my god, I need to
I'm always
marry
her.
her. I don't feel that way. But anyway.
Will Smith as Deadshot was charismatic and funny and just cool overall. He was a really good character. Killer Croc was, he was fine. I thought like he didn't really do anything special throughout the entire movie to me.
A little disappointing.
A little bit, yeah.
He was
I know,
scary in the scenes like.
I know, like David Ayer, because the whole thing with David Ayer, because before, Killer Croc was originally that character supposed to actually be King Shark. But
King Shark.
that's the name, right?
Yeah.
But David Ayer didn't want to have him because he didn't want a full CGI character. But I feel like if Killer Croc was, I don't know, something else, because I don't know, he just seemed so, he just looked like just a deformed person. It didn't seem really super.
He was cool. Like he kicked some ass.
Yeah, he was fine. It was
He's
just
just inessential to the movie.
it didn't seem.
Yeah,
I didn't.
He wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, I didn't see him as like a big threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah. So.
Because he was like the same height as everybody else, so it was like.
Yeah. Diablo was actually surprisingly really good character to me. I did not know that he'd be such a good character in the movie. Captain Boomerang was good. He had some funny lines.
Probably what's his name's best
Jai
role?
Courtney.
Jai Courtney.
Jai Courtney actually did good in the
Yeah,
movie.
it's just surprising.
Actually, I really enjoyed his character.
Good job, Jai Courtney.
I want to see
that
him like.
was actually really good.
I want to see him like make like cameos in like other like DC movies.
He was oddly pleasing to see on screen. Like when you
Yeah.
saw him, you were
Yeah.
like, like it was good
Yeah.
to see him. Like
Yeah.
he was funny and he was like
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Joker, Jared Leto's Joker, I thought was good for what he was given. He didn't get a lot of screen time,
Right.
but he did really well. I mean, you can't compare him to Heath Ledger because you just didn't see enough of him, and like you didn't see him get put in enough situations to be compared to such a great Joker and such a Joker that had such screen time and exposure and stuff.
Right.
But he did well. He was crazy. He was really kind of scary in some parts. He had some parts where it was like this dude's like actually crazy, like insane.
oh yeah,
But yeah, he was good. He did really well. Rick Flag I thought was good too.
Did we do any? Have we said any spoilers so far?
No.
no, we haven't.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a spoiler-free half of it, and then we'll move into spoilers in the second half of the video.
Yeah.
But this is just our
We'll
overall
put a banner up when there's
thoughts of it.
spoilers.
Yeah, banner will be up when there's spoilers. But for now, you're good. And then Katana was fine. She didn't she didn't do a whole lot, but her character had some.
There wasn't much depth to her.
It kinda-
but she was a cool character. I mean,
Yeah, she was a cool character, but
in
it was
theory,
like
she
weird.
had more lines and screen time.
I wish there was like they did like some type of thing where it was like they showed how they Amanda Waller or Rick Flag even knows who Katana is, because it was just like, oh, hey, there's this girl Katana.
True, that's true.
She kind of just showed up. She's like,
Yeah.
hey, and then he's like, oh, what's up?
Like
Let's
at least
do
like
this.
even say something. Like I would have at least liked that a little bit more, because like it was literally just like she just came in and then like, oh, this is Katana.
Yeah,
You
she
know?
didn't really have any kind of back. Like they told the other Suicide Squad members like her backstory, but we just didn't see where she came from, and it was just hard to kind of like connect to her.
Just like how like their like what the connection was between like Amanda Waller and Rick Flag and Katana, because I don't know, because we don't know.
It was a bit off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that.
But overall, I had fun watching it. There were some definite like funny parts of the movie.
And it didn't feel forced at all.
It didn't feel forced. There were like some parts, of course, that had like some pacing issues. I think in the beginning, I think that there was
Yeah.
It started out a bit slow. It was like it kind of dragged on. I think. In the
I think
beginning, a
for
bit.
me,
it was okay.
I think for
like,
me it
to
kind of
just-
started off a little. I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like I got
think-
the exact same feeling.
I think it's stuff that we have to talk about in the spoiler part, like to get really more in depth on like how it started out.
But yeah, just like.
Yeah.
I
on
think
top, I mean,
overall my
no spoilers.
my overall rating without spoilers, I think I would rate it an 8 out of 10.
an 8 out of 10.
That might be a bit generous. Maybe a 7.5 or 7 might be better. But to me, I actually really enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, this is as much as you enjoyed it.
Wait, why
so.
would your spoiler-free review?
No,
change?
no, and I'm just saying like that's my overall
Oh,
review
okay.
for non-spoilers. But my rating for the movie is 8 out of 10. So,
Cute.
Quincy,
Okay, so
cute.
what really separates the this movie from the other DC movies, which was only BVS and Man of Steel, which is that this movie actually really had a lot of fun. Like I could actually really enjoy it. I would actually watch it again. Like where it would be like I don't really feel like really watching at least the theatrical release of Batman vs Superman or Man of Steel, because it just didn't really have anything super exciting or super like something that I could like hold on to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like nothing, I didn't really take that much away from those movies, but at least I had got a fun experience watching this movie. But yeah, it definitely has its flaws. Like I would say, probably my biggest issue with it was the pacing and just the way they kind of went about certain things. We'll get into that with the spoilers, but I don't know. Like it kind of felt a little off. Like I don't know why, but I feel like that's how DC movies are now, like kind of put together. Because I got the exact same feeling watching this about the pacing, the same feeling I got watching Batman vs Superman. But the only thing that's different is that like I don't know how to say this without spoilers, but it's
they're
like
kind of playing catch up though. Like they're kind of playing catch up with Marvel and like how big Marvel is right now. Like they have to introduce all these characters at
yeah, but I'd rather you
once.
take your time do it and make something quality.
I know,
than
but
make
they're not
something-
gonna do that though because it's fucking Warner Brothers. Like
Yeah,
It's already done,
yeah.
basically.
yeah, but that's still
We've
that's still an
seen
issue. though.
what WB has done before to movies from DC,
Yeah.
and it's just happening again. We have thoughts about that in the spoiler section too, but
But yeah, but overall, I thought everyone did great. For what they were given, I just wish a lot of the characters were fleshed out more, and I feel like they really could. I feel like a lot of people. I feel like one of the filmmakers, they wanted to focus, because really the main focus of like the movie. This isn't really a spoiler, but because everyone kind of knows. But the focus is really the characters are really Deadshot, Harley Quinn, and Amanda Waller. No, like the other kind of Suicide Squad members are kind of thrown in just to be there.
Because they're part of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
well, that makes it sound like they're just in the movie just to be in the movie.
Well,
but,
no.
but they actually had
They had like
That's not true. They have their roles.
yeah,
it's
the
just-
roles were solid.
yeah,
it's just
but
that they were
they
focused
did
on more.
they were
They're
focused
Robbie
on like the
and
big
and Will
Right.
Smith.
yeah, the big name, the big characters that everybody sees, but that kind of took away because that took away from the rest of the movie, because then all of a sudden like all these other people come in and you don't really care that much about, like I'm getting the spoilers, we'll talk about that later, but yeah,
Overall, yeah, it was-
overall I feel like there just could have been so much more they could have done, and that seems to be like a trend that's been going on so far with these DC movies, that there's good elements, but it's like
Yeah.
there's better things that could have happened.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but if I had to give it a number, I'll probably give it a 7, between 6.8 the 5.
6.7 to 3. Yeah.
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 All right.
All right, Hans.
Well, you guys said pretty much. I mean, what we were all thinking for an initial review, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's not much else to say without spoilers. I mean, I think everyone did a great job. And for me, the movie was better than I expected, but I know it wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
And I said that to you guys yesterday when we saw it. So for me, my initial review was a 7.5, but if I really think about it, about the plot and everything that went on, I'd say I'd probably have to agree with Quincy on a 6.8.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just kind of, I don't know. I just lost my train of thought.
Spoilers.
Talk.
So you can just talk about everything.
No, I had something else to say, but I forgot. Fuck it. All right, let's just go into spoilers. All right, so
spoiler
now.
warning.
Yeah,
we're
huge
gonna go
spoiler warning.
all in depth.
We're
in
gonna
the
wave
movie.
our arms, all
Everything's
of
gonna
us.
happen.
Well, there'll just be a spoiler tag at the bottom, and then once we're done, the spoiler thing will be gone. If
That's
you-
the end of the
review,
video,
though.
so
yeah.
I mean,
We'll still
You
do
could just
it,
click
just in
off
case
that.
you want to see the outro. If you really care that much, even though I don't think anybody does. But anyways,
Confidence.
so spoilers.
All right, spoilers. Starting off.
spoiler
okay.
territory.
All right, first off, what do you guys think of Batman's appearance in the movie? His two appearances.
His role.
Well, he had 4 technically, because he had the one at the beginning with Deadshot, the one with Harley Quinn,
Right.
the one with Deadshot and Deadshot's little mine thing,
Yeah.
and then at the end Bruce Wayne's mid-credit scene.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay.
So when I first seeing it, I was like, it felt a little forced. But then when I kind of thought about it, I was like, it was actually kind of cool because it kind of made me think of like, how this would be like, you know how like in the DC animated movies, there's cameos like that all the time. But I feel like that's kind of how I saw it, as like, and these are Batman. A good portion of these villains are Batman villains, so it would make sense that they'll be in here somehow.
Is Deadshot a Batman villain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the only one that's like not a Batman villain, like really known Batman villain, is Boomerang. Boomerang is a Flash villain.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I thought it was a little tacked on just cause, but I think it was fine. I didn't really have that much issue with it, really. Yeah. But Ben Affleck does a great job as Batman. I did enjoy that. I really did enjoy the scene. I especially enjoyed the scene with I think I enjoyed the scene with Deadshot more than with Joker and Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was
Batman was Batman. In the scenes that he was in, he was exactly what you would expect. He was just like brooding and dark.
He was the guy
And he
who-
didn't say much, but his presence just kind of
Yeah, he was
is great.
he really felt like like Batman. Like he was there to like clean up the bad guys.
You know what?
Right.
He,
I take back what I said. I think I enjoyed the Harley Quinn and Joker one a little bit more.
like he got
Just
there.
because it was a little bit.
He was like,
more-
"Hey, stop!" And they stopped. Like it was Batman. Like they stopped.
Yeah, this Batman felt like actually like the actual Batman as opposed to the Batman.
He's like, "Hey, stop!"
in
or,
BVS.
You know what's
Yeah,
gonna happen? And
Because,
Because
like-
Batman was super vengeful and
and like
wanted-
super brooding, just like, I want to kill you,
yeah,
but
he
like
felt
shit.
like actually
Actually
intimidating.
Batman.
menacing.
Like,
yeah.
No, actually, I liked it because he felt like he had a little bit more humanity. Because I feel like if you took the exact same Batman that was in BVS, he probably would have just let, because with the sequence with Joker and Harley Quinn and the Batman, Joker drives his car off of a bridge or whatever, and they go in the water. I feel like Batman would have just like let that happen. And the BVS version of Batman, but he actually goes in and dives in to save Harley Quinn, and
This is post BVS though.
Yeah, this is supposed to be BVS.
It
And
is?
if you think about it,
Yeah, it is.
oh yeah, yeah.
If you think about it, Batman also sort of has a history with Harley Quinn because I think he feels for her and her
But still, like, also
insanity.
like also the part where with Deadshot where he came in, he was like, I don't want to do this in front of your kid, like just do this, just come with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was really cool because I was like, man, this is the Batman I actually kind of want, like the one that's like has some mercy but is still there intimidating,
Yeah, I loved how Harley Quinn was like, "Ah," and he just punched her in the face.
By the
The
way,
sound effect for that scene was so perfect.
Yeah.
It was like,
but it was funny. When that happened, and then he pulled her out and gave her mouth to mouth. I thought he actually kissed her, and I was like, what is going on? I was like, this is gonna be a thing,
Yeah, Quincy's.
but apparently it was just CPR.
Yeah, it was just yeah.
it was
Yeah.
CPR. Also, though, you know how because Harley Quinn is a little bit like tweaky, she just like kissed him when she woke up to mess with him.
Yeah.
Man, that's what Quincy thought was Batman kissing Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Which was just Harley Quinn being Harley Quinn and kissing Batman.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so I think now we should get. I want to talk about how I was talking about with the characters. How I felt like some characters were kind of just they weren't fleshed out. They're just kind of put in just because. The biggest example is obviously Slipknot, which I think everybody kind of knew because even in this picture, I don't think he's in it.
No, he's not even in.
He's not even in this picture. He's not in a lot. He's not in a lot of the promotional shit.
I thought he was one of the soldiers.
You know what I'm curious about? How much they actually paid him.
Yeah,
Like
he did a couple interviews too. That's
When
so
I-
bullshit.
He was
I
on
bet
Conan.
actually
He was
maybe,
on Conan.
Maybe if in the extended edition, maybe they'll have more screen time and it'll make a little bit more sense.
Yeah,
Maybe we might see his background, but also he made the stupid decision.
Okay, yeah. So what happened? Okay, so if you're like not sure what happened, okay, if you're here just watching spoilers before you've seen the movie and you're just like, oh, what are they talking about? Basically, Slipknot. So like in the beginning of the movie, they give all these characters backstory. They like show like how
a
they
little
were,
something like
how they were captured. They show a little bit of each character or most of the characters at least.
Right.
And then when they're like bringing all the characters together at that like desert location,
the scene in the trailer.
Slipknot comes out of nowhere. Like
He just comes out of a
and they're like,
fucking
oh, that's
truck.
that's Slipknot. He can get any height of a building or whatever.
He can climb anything.
Which is
So-
fucking lame.
So then they're out on their mission and they have the bombs in their necks. So if they like go rogue, they can just blow them up and kill them.
Which is nothing new, especially if you read the comics, because that's
That's basically what the premise of
always do.
Suicide Squad.
So Captain Boomerang is like talking to Slipknot as they're walking through the city. They're like, he's like, "Aye, mate, we should make a break for it." So they're like,
That accent.
so
that was actually pretty decent.
That
I'm
actually
proud of
was
you.
pretty
Good
decent.
job, buddy. Clap for you. Okay, continue.
so they go.
You so happy.
So Boomerang like can't do much. He just like throws his fucking boomerang, and then Slipknot is like whooshing, and just like flies up to the building, and he's like pop bang, Slipknot's dead.
That's
They just
literally
kill him.
all of Slipknot that we see in
That's
the movie.
literally his role.
And like,
I
what-
think he was filling the part that where they were like
someone needed to
doubting.
be making an example. Someone
Yeah,
needed to be made an
needed
example
to
of.
be the example.
Yeah, because they can't kill like Harley Quinn as an example for the
Right.
movie,
Yeah.
So it makes sense why they would bring him into it, but it was just like
Just
so
add
lame.
something else. Like what I was saying is that like even if they had like they also had a flashback of him. Uh-oh, the TV went off.
It's fine.
Whatever. Fuck it. We're gonna keep going.
Here you
Oh, okay. But like how they did the backstories for everyone else, except for him, like I thought they should at least do something, like just to show
To his
something.
credit,
Yeah, I mean, even if it's like
be like
just show him at least show him being like a dick, show him being an asshole or something.
him climbing the Burj Khalifa barehanded.
What's the Burj Khalifa?
Isn't that the name of the tower?
Yeah, it's the
tallest tower.
tallest tower in the world.
Oh.
And the United
India.
Arab Emirates.
But like, just show him like
No, it's
being a
not.
dick
That's
or
wrong.
something,
It's
just so
Abu
like you don't,
Dhabi.
just so like the people won't
or something.
care that much or feel anything if he dies. But just something, because it's just like, it's like saying, I don't know, just somebody just walking to the screen saying hi and then just getting shot, basically. I mean, it's a little bit different, but you know what I mean. It's just
it was just kind of a pointless.
That's the
appearance.
gist of it.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
I think
let's-
that's the only
So
say
moving
about it.
on to more depth-worthy characters. Killer Croc for me was cool. He was just like a chill dude, and the person who voiced him or who played him, I guess because he was in makeup, I think did a good job of being like low key.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
he was a
he's-
very low key character.
Yeah, but I think he did a good job. He wasn't like trying to steal the show or anything, even though when he talked, you wanted to like listen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I noticed like that part where he was in the bar and he was like, "I'm beautiful." There was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a super long pause in between that, and it was just a shot on his face. I don't know why I really noticed, but I was like, "This was taking so long."
Yeah,
Make
it
you
was-
uncomfortable?
That was kind of an
Yeah, that made me uncomfortable.
that was kind of an awkward moment.
Like,
That
it was supposed
I
to
thought
be
it was funny.
It's supposed to be funny, but like he was like,
I'm beautiful.
he was like
it
something
was just
something.
out of nowhere.
Takes his hood off very slowly, sits back.
that is true. He did do that. I was like, this
I'm
is like really slow.
beautiful. Like why is this? Like why did it take so long?
It was
I don't know.
really slow actually.
I mean, I might be
did see that.
nitpicking. I might be
I did see
nitpicking,
that
but
too,
like
actually. That was actually kind of.
I don't know. It kind of took me out And like, didn't you say there's some cringeworthy parts in the movie too?
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, Enchantress. We didn't mention Enchantress in the actual review part, which
Oh, yeah,
probably
we
should have
didn't.
because it's the villain. I don't think that she was that great of a villain, to be honest. I think that she was. I don't know. She just didn't. She did a lot. Like, she obviously did like a whole fucking trash circle in the sky. Like, she was powerful, clearly.
Yeah.
But she didn't do anything to any characters. You know, like she didn't hurt anybody. That was all
her brother did.
Her brother did, but that's her brother. Her brother was more of a menacing villain than she was, I think. Like, he was actually doing the dirty work while she was like conjuring her fucking beam,
Right.
which was not doing much.
Now
for
that
her.
I think about it, the first like actual like scene where like the little zombie little fucking things like come out and they're like attacking the squad or whatever. Now that I'm thinking about it, that scene was actually pretty boring to me. I don't know if that was just me,
where
but
they were attacking them.
I don't know. Something just seemed kind of off.
I liked it because it was Deadshot showing off how good
Deadshot was really
that was awesome.
Deadshot was really cool, but I don't know, something about that just I don't know.
About what?
That first like fight scene, it just made me I don't know, just didn't really do anything for me.
I don't know.
Wait, the initial because there were several fight scenes.
The very first one to leave and like kill everyone, and then they came out of nowhere, and they were like, oh shit.
The very first time the zombie things came out and attacked them.
Oh yeah,
I
like that scene.
I thought it was.
I don't know.
Actually.
Something about it just didn't feel.
I like that one, to be honest.
I thought it was impressive that Deadshot was killing everyone by himself. Like, he went up and then
That was a really cool. That was probably the really cool. That was a really good part.
Yeah, and
My
then
favorite part
everyone
of the
just
whole-
started noticing, and they're like, "Wow, he's like killing." Like, they just stopped shooting because they saw Deadshot, and he was killing like every single one.
Yeah, and they all stopped shooting. Yeah. That was cool because like all the soldiers had their guns up, and they were like shooting, and all of a sudden they're like.
Deadshot is probably like my favorite character from the movie.
Oh yeah.
He's just like
Hands
so
down.
like cool, like such a badass. Then like
And Will Smith, man, like Will Smith is fucking awesome.
yeah.
My only issue with him is, I was telling you guys this morning. I had trouble feeling like he was a bad guy. Like he was an assassin, and they had him kill someone in the beginning of the movie, which was awesome. Like, that was cool, but I didn't feel like oh wow, what a dick, you know. Like, I never felt like he was a bad guy. Mm-hmm. He was just like, he was an assassin, which doesn't mean you're a bad person. Like Jason Bourne was an assassin, and he's a good person, you know. Just like a random example, but like, I had trouble feeling like he was a bad guy, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's what
he was really humane.
Yeah, he seemed like so,
the voice of reason to everyone.
Yeah, he seemed so like cool and like charismatic and funny that like he was so hard to not like think of. Oh, you're so cool. You're so good. You know, like Harley Quinn. I could tell that she was like
A bad
like,
person.
oh yeah,
Evil.
you're kind of
He did
evil.
bad shit.
Killer Croc would like kill soldiers sometimes, and like oh what a dick that guy is too. Diablo was always kind of a good person.
Yeah, Diablo's like a good guy.
Yeah.
He just wants like retribution.
Joker, obviously a bad guy. And then Captain Boomerang,
He just seems like a dickhead, but I liked it though.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Captain Boomerang was.
It was the
like,
first time Jai Courtney being a dickhead was a good being a dickhead.
Yeah. But yeah, he was just like I think he might be my favorite character, Captain Boomerang. I really want to see him in more stuff.
Yeah.
Cause he was just like such like this grimy like just piece of shit character that he actually is in the comics. Like everyone knows that Captain Boomerang. Captain Boomerang is a piece of shit. Like he's always been a piece of shit.
So yeah, and I want to lead off of that. So at one point in the movie, they actually the soldier what's his name, Rick Flag? Yeah, he actually deactivates like the explosion devices in their necks. So he's like, you guys can go, and then Captain Boomerang
just leaves. Like, everyone else stays, and he just kind of like leaves.
Yeah, he dips out like immediately.
Yeah,
but somehow he comes back, and I think that has to do with the extended. Like they cut something out where he came back. It was like a small scene.
Yeah, he did just come back out of nowhere. That was kind of random.
Yeah.
But he was so funny with his fucking pink unicorn. He like dropped it one time, and he was like Pinky. He picked it up and put it back in his jacket.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was so funny.
Oh, something we can talk about. How did you guys did you guys like the Flash cameo?
It was fine. I mean, like
just
it wasn't anything.
The
special.
Flash cameo it happened in a flash. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you're not wrong.
What?
Puns. Anyways.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I quit, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
It could. I don't know.
I mean, it was like it was cool to see him, but I didn't. Okay, so do you know how in Civil War when you
No.
saw Black Panther, you cheered like crazy, and that was opening night, like right?
Mhm.
Last night was opening night, right? And nobody cheered when they saw Flash, Batman, Joker, like there was
Perhaps,
no
though.
there was
Perhaps.
no really excitement, you know.
You know what I
Perhaps.
felt? To be honest, I felt like nobody actually really knew that was a Flash for some reason. I felt like everybody was confused by that scene. I think that's just
Yeah,
me.
and I was gonna say that perhaps we were just with a crowd that was not really comic fans, because I saw a lot of people who just looked like ordinary people.
And then again, who knows? We kind of look normal people.
Yeah, we look like.
But a
normal
lot of
people,
them
but
cheered
we're
at the
really
mid
geeky.
credit scene though. Like they saw Batman and they all clapped. You know, there were like 20
Yeah.
people who were clapping.
Mhm.
Where were they
That's
when
true. That's
when the
true.
Flash came? Like I don't know. It was just
Maybe they just weren't enthusiastic. They weren't like, "Oh my god, we gotta cheer, bro!"
yeah, it's
Like,
true. All the Marvel fans were like
Yeah.
really like hyped up, dude. Like that was so fun.
Yeah, maybe that has to do with something with it. They're probably like the
'Cause
DC
they made-
fans. The
'cause they
DC
made
fans are super
consistent-
like
We're like,
gloomy.
Probably 'cause-
we're like give
probably
us our
'cause, like-
characters and we're gonna go.
I feel
Okay.
like Marvel's
Marvel's
movies
like-
have been consistently good.
That's true.
Marvel's like yeah,
And
Black
like
Widow.
have like a bigger fan base. I don't know.
Let's make a solo Black Widow movie.
It's never gonna happen.
DC's like, just give me fucking Batman. I don't care.
Yeah.
True.
Like I feel like DC fans are so like, just give us.
I don't think that. I think it's just that crowd, to be honest.
I think it was the crowd too.
Maybe.
Because I know DC fans are probably, but then again, I don't know. Because
This is
the
this is a
remember
really
the movie isn't
long rabbit trail.
Remember the movie isn't
Probably
really
focus on the movie.
great. Like how at the end of Civil War, you're like, man, that's a great movie. You didn't really get that from like either
Man, that's a great movie.
BVS,
Watch that right now.
BVS or a Suicide Squad. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Because like obviously, if a movie is like good like throughout the whole part, all the you know what I mean.
Yeah.
If it's good throughout the whole thing, then you're gonna cheer. You're gonna be happy. You know, everyone's excited. But if like if it's just not good, and everyone around you knows like, oh, that's kind of not good. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have the exact same like feelings about shit. Like then you're not really gonna cheer. You know.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, this is just a review. Like I feel like we're getting like
Yeah, we're off topic.
really
right
off topic, and I feel like, I mean, what can we say really much else about the movie? Like spoiler wise, really that.
Joker.
Okay.
Yeah, back to the characters. Joker didn't have a lot of screen time, and there was definitely not enough screen time to compare him to any Joker.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter which Joker you compare him to, there wasn't enough screen time.
Yeah.
And I think because Warner Brothers decided to cut out things again, they really ruined the movie, because Michael mentioned earlier that there was a reviewer that had said it was good originally, but then the theatrical cut came out and he watched it again and didn't enjoy it as much as the first time. So I'm kind of saddened that Warner Brothers has been doing that, but that's not the point.
Yeah, I don't
Joker
understand that.
Joker did a good job. Jared Leto did a good job
Yeah, he did. He did.
being he was definitely a different Joker. Like, we haven't seen this Joker before. This was a really like serious like gangster Joker.
Yeah, I just got like a gangster like.
He
vibe
seemed like
from him.
someone who actually
Gangster
came-
vibe, less than more of a gangster, less than like a psychopath.
He seemed okay. So more so than Heath Ledger's Joker, he seemed like he really came out of an asylum. He seemed like he was really someone who would be in an asylum, like compared to Heath Ledger's.
Yeah.
More so than Heath Ledger.
Because Heath Ledger
was
just-
so like
Nah,
like,
he
was
Heath
so
Ledger was his
Leaf
kid,
Hedger.
Heath Ledger.
He was so
his Joker
composed.
was not.
he was composed. Like he was composed crazy, but like he knew
was.
what he was doing.
He was. If you think about it,
This
remember the scene
Joker, I feel
with
like
Rachel?
would just flip his top or what the phrase, yeah.
What the fuck? Okay, but do you
He
remember the
just
scene
flip
in
it.
The Dark Knight where the Joker's in the top of the roof? He goes to the party and he's like super composed and he's talking to everyone. But
That's
it's
still
a different Joker.
Yeah, but that's still you. Yeah, but you
I
can
feel like
still
this,
tell.
this Joker had moments where he would just like in the club where Harley Quinn was like dancing for people. This Joker was like giving him Harley Quinn, and like, you know, he was like watching him like he was so mad at him, but he was still giving him Harley Quinn. He was like, yeah, dance on it, baby. Like, you know, he was
He like got off on it.
yeah, and then he pulled his gun out and shot him. Like he that seemed like someone out of a fucking asylum. Like Heath Ledger's Joker wouldn't. he was to me the best Joker so far. I mean, that I can really say compared to this Joker, but he didn't seem like he was so much out of an asylum as he was like just crazy, self-taught. I feel like
Right.
at everything he did.
Self-taught.
Well, not like self-taught, but like
Aware.
kind of. But yeah, I guess so. He just seemed like he was a lot less in control of his like emotions and like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that
covers pretty much
is
everything.
I think that's good
We
for
talked
for
about-
spoilers and everything like
That's
that. For
pretty good.
Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just go watch it. I think that if you're a DC fan or just any kind of a moviegoer who enjoys like action movies, that this is a really fun movie for you to watch. It has a lot of humor, a lot of heart. Actually, I think that the heart was something that like I was actually surprised by.
Yeah.
Thoroughly positively surprised by, I guess.
For sure.
Great characters. Mostly great characters.
Slipknot.
I think that the Warner Brothers fucked it up again. They made it go from like a 9 out of 10 to like a fucking 6.8 out of 10 for you guys.
Yeah.
I'm sure that if there is some kind of ultimate edition for this movie, it'll be a lot better.
And that's why I said about the first our first ever podcast. Huh? Oh, my first ever podcast where I was like, we were talking about Batman vs Superman. Not the first one, the last one actually. Where they'll make theatrical releases like of like the worst version of a good movie, and then we have to wait a couple months just to get the good version. But like the general audience isn't gonna watch the ultimate version of it just because of like how.
Yeah, this is what they see.
Yeah,
They
and
see
they don't
it,
care
but
they
they
don't
actually-
care enough to go watch the other ones, and that's kind of just that fucks it up.
DC, Warner Brothers, if you're listening to this, please hear us, okay? Stop meddling in your fucking movies, please. Let them do their shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
stop
I promise
chopping
you
shit out, bruh.
Stop. There was, like you said, there was a critic who liked the one that David Ayer made, and then you guys had to fuck it up, and then he didn't like it
I actually
much.
saw a
So please, just
something that said the theatrical version was David Ayer's version. So
That
I
was
think
David
he's
Ayer's version?
He didn't. He tweeted that wasn't true.
He did?
Anyway, so that's our review, but we think that you should go watch the movie. It was
Yeah,
a
go
fun
watch the
time.
movie. I
Go watch the
definitely
movie
had
and form your own opinion. Obviously,
yeah.
we're
Don't really.
very cynical also. So
Yeah. And by the way, we're not like expert movie reviewers and
yeah,
shit.
no,
Yeah,
we're just
nothing like
fans
that.
of the comic books.
We're
and
just
stuff.
we're just people talking about shit. You know what I mean? We have
Yes.
opinions like everyone else does.
Right.
So form your own opinions. We don't really mean shit. Form your own opinions. You know,
Yeah,
if you have the
fuck
same
us.
opinions as us, great. If you don't, you loved everything about the whole movie, perfectly fine. If you hated everything, that's great too. You know, that's how opinions work, and that's how the heart and mind and body.
I'm sure there are
works.
people out there who will watch this movie and love everything about it.
and there will be people who watch this movie
and
they
hate
will
everything about it.
hate everything about it.
But like, I think for us, we are
In between,
in between. Yeah, like
but
we're
more
in between, more towards the
towards
love
liking
it side.
Yeah.
But like, it's just there are just aspects of it that kind of bring it down a little bit. But it's still good enough with all of its good elements to keep it high enough above like a 5 out of 10, which is like mediocre, kind of like getting eh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Overall, yeah, just go watch it. That's it. I think that we've said plenty
All right.
for this.
Well, thank you guys for watching our review of Suicide Squad. We'll be doing more reviews for big movies like this. Not every movie, of course, but every movie that matters. Just
Probably
kidding.
most
Probably
movies,
like Doctor Strange,
Doctor
for
Strange,
example.
Star Wars for sure, Rogue One,
Yeah.
things like
Just the big
pretty much
movies. that-
most movies.
If you think we should have a review, okay, if you really want us to do a review for a movie, put a comment down below.
Tweet
we
us.
might do it. We may not do it.
Tweet
we
us.
probably will.
We'll put our
just
Twitter
because we're
on
good
screen.
people. But yeah, if you let us know what you guys thought about the movie. Let us know down in the comments. If we see anything, we'll respond, talk to you guys for a little bit. Follow our Twitters in the description below. And yeah,
Thanks for watching, guys.
Peace.
bye. Check out the podcast after this thing.
my
We're gonna be in the same clothes and a different background.
Different thing.
Okay,
All right. Peace.
bye.